Every financial system looks unshakable until it collapses. For centuries, empires, governments, and financial giants have believed their money or promises were indestructible. But history tells a different story. Collapses are not exceptions, they are patterns. And every time an economy breaks down, it leaves behind a heavy lesson. In the Byzantine Empire, the gold coin solidus was a global symbol of reliability for centuries. Merchants from Europe to Asia accepted it without question. But once rulers began to dilute the gold with cheaper alloys, the empire's financial system started to crumble. Without trust, the foundation of every economy evaporates. The same thing happened during the French Revolution with the assignats, paper money backed by confiscated church lands. At first, it seemed to work, until the government printed so much money to finance political chaos that nothing had value left. The result? Those who trusted the paper were left with nothing, while those who owned food, gold, or land endured. History always teaches the same lesson. When the foundation of trust is shaken, money implodes, and real value migrates to tangible assets. If this has happened repeatedly, why do we still blindly trust financial systems? That is the fatal mistake most people make. Collapses don't happen by chance. They're often the result of repetitive decisions and fragile systems. Imagine what triggers economic crises. 1. Governments diluting currency value. From the Byzantine solidus to the Confederate dollar in the American Civil War, rulers have always fallen for the same temptation: printing money as a solution to their problems. Runaway inflation destroys fortunes within months. 2. Unsustainable foreign debts. During the 1997 Asian financial crisis, countries like Thailand and Indonesia were drowning in dollar-denominated foreign debt. When their currencies plummeted, debts multiplied, and economies fell apart. Who suffered? Ordinary citizens. 3. Collapse of financial institutions. From the banking crashes in 14th century Florence to Lehman Brothers in 2008, institutions deemed too big to fail dragged entire nations into crisis. Their protection is a dangerous illusion. Behind every crisis lies the same pattern: blind trust in what seems stable. The problem? Stability is an illusion. All it takes is a spark for trust to vanish. So what should we learn? That money can lose its value, but real value remains in tangible assets, productive skills, and resilience. Survival depends on understanding what truly holds value, even in the worst times. 1. Tangible assets. Gold, silver, land, and food have intrinsic value that cannot be manipulated by governments or institutions. During the American Civil War, while the Confederate dollar turned to dust, those who owned land or livestock stayed afloat. In Revolutionary France, farmers who refused to sell food for paper money survived, while others starved. 2. Liquidity. Crises are full of opportunities for those who are prepared. In every pandemic or collapse, land, homes, and businesses hit the market at a fraction of their value. Those with liquidity can buy cheap and rebuild wealth. After the 2008 crisis, investors did exactly that, buying real estate while millions lost their homes to foreclosures. 3. Productive skills. During the medieval Black Death, families who could produce essentials, like food or tools, not only survived but prospered. The same pattern repeated during the COVID pandemic, when adaptable businesses outperformed those that vanished. The lesson is clear. In times of collapse, money can turn to dust, but what has real value always endures. Do you have access to those assets and skills? If we already know that crises are inevitable, the question isn't if, but when. And more importantly, how do you prepare? 1. Diversify your assets. Don't rely solely on the money in your bank. That's just a number on a screen that can disappear in seconds. Keep part of your wealth in gold, silver, land, or even essential goods useful in emergencies. 2. Reduce debts. The greatest burden in times of crisis is debt, especially in foreign currencies. Remember Southeast Asia in 1997, when local currencies crashed, dollar debts became unpayable. Reducing exposure to debt is like building a shield against uncertainty. 3. Build an emergency reserve. Keep liquidity at hand. This doesn't necessarily mean in your local currency. In crisis, liquid assets like the US dollar, or solid stores of value like gold, are more reliable than frozen bank accounts, as happened in Lebanon in 2019. 4. Learn useful skills. Ask yourself, what can I do that will be necessary in any scenario? Bakers, farmers, electricians, carpenters, and other essential professionals always find ways to create value, even in chaos. 5. Educate yourself financially. The biggest trap is trusting the system without understanding how it works. Knowing the rules of the financial game is the only way to build a solid strategy. How do economic cycles work? What really causes inflation? Prepare yourself as if you were building a ship before the storm, not during it. It may sound counterintuitive, but here's the historical truth. Crises aren't just destructive. They also create incredible opportunities for those who are prepared. After the Black Death, peasants bought land for symbolic prices because no one else could farm it. After the 2008 crisis, investors acquired undervalued real estate and stocks, creating fortunes when markets recovered. During the COVID pandemic, families and businesses with liquidity positioned themselves in growing sectors like technology and healthcare, while others struggled. The point is, wealth isn't only protected during crisis, it can also be built. But only if you're ready to act when others are frozen. Finally, let me ask, are you prepared? History has shown us that crises follow patterns. And when the next collapse comes, because it will you be among the unprepared, or among the few who acted early? Now is the time to act. Don't wait until it's too late. If this video made sense to you, subscribe to the channel for more historical insights and practical strategies. Leave a like and share it with someone who needs to be ready. Remember, history doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it always rhymes. May you be among those who write the next chapter, not among those crushed by it.